Good morning. This is Dylan Jovine from Behind the Markets. Happy Friday. Today is Friday the 13th. Ooh, watch out. Anyway, today I wanted to address one of the questions that I have been asked a lot since the election. This idea of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, much touted by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. And a lot of folks have written in and asked questions about that and my take on it. I've avoided answering the question because it's hard to judge how effective something like this could be, given that neither of these people have any governmental authority. It's not like they're the Secretary of Defense or Secretary of State. Basically, the idea is they've got these ideas, and then they got to convince people to do that. And those historically haven't been so effective. But this is what I hope it is. There is one precedent for how good this can actually be. And whether you're on the left side of things or the right side of things, Lord knows our government would be a heck of a lot better off if we squeezed money and efficiencies and saved $2 trillion. Come on, not to take a shot on that is absurd. But there is a precedence, and this is what I hope it is. Let's go back to 1940. Back in 1940, FDR, Franklin Roosevelt, knew that war was coming. Now, the American public couldn't accept that yet. They weren't there yet. They were still in the isolationist mind frame that they had been in after World War I. The American public wasn't there, very much like today. They were very isolationist. That isolationist strand is very deep and had long history in American politics. But FDR knew it was a matter of time before Germany and Japan finished with our neighbors across the street and made their way across the street to us. This was a problem that he had, and he was slowly trying to nurture the American public to get ready for this kind of thing. But again, America wasn't prepared. And not only was America unprepared, it was unequipped for modern warfare. What FDR did was he gave industrial leaders the lead in making key decisions to really strategically plan for our mobilization. And the head of that effort was GM President William Knudsen. He's the person who basically took the lead in getting the U.S. government ready for a potential conflict with Germany and Japan. But he said to FDR, look, just give me 18 months, and I am telling you, I will mobilize enough of American industry to produce the greatest outpouring of tanks, subs, machine guns, aircraft carriers, you name it, all the things. He really did that, and Knudsen did a great job, true patriot really, stepped up. When Pearl Harbor was attacked, when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in December 1941, by that time, the U.S. was already outproducing Germany and was actually ready to actually engage in warfare. And I've said this many times here, the world has entered a new cycle of war. China and Russia are trying to flip the international script. They're what we call revisionist or revanchist powers. Remember, post-World War II, the U.S. and Europe created the rules-based international order and all the institutions like the World Trade Organization in ways that really favored them, the winners. The winners did that. The winners get to do that. So the winners got the spoils. Russia wants to topple that whole thing completely. China wants a bigger seat at the table. Now, you can argue whether that's legitimate or not, or whether they have a right to or not. One thing I know for sure is you don't become the world's #1 power like we are by giving it away. The person trying to take the title from you, they got to earn it. Anyway, the point of the matter is these people are trying to flip the international order. China's trying to push the U.S. out of the #1 spot. There's no doubt about that. Xi Jinping has said as much. And they've prepared to go to war by 2027. His words, not mine. Be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. Having this DOGE, this Department of Government Efficiency, run by Musk and Vivek, to me is a great idea. Like, why wouldn't we? And the Pentagon specifically just failed another audit this year. And look, when we talk about the savings that could be extracted, the defense spending is the #1 discretionary spending that we can touch. The rest of it is Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and interest on debt. So basically right after that is defense. So defense is really the one area you can play with. So I'm sure have come up with a lot of ways to actually, Musk and Ramaswamy, to really attack this. Again, what's my opinion on DOGE? I think it is great if we do it like FDR did with Knudsen, and these people actually take up our military a notch and really extract cost savings elsewhere. But we're all adults here. No matter what they say, we know that it's going to be difficult for any political leader to pass any legislation that changes Social Security or Medicaid or Medicare. You tell me, those of you who collect Social Security, you want them to mess around with your payments? I know most people don't. So they're going to have to find savings elsewhere. Anyway, that's all I have today. My 2 cents on this thing, sitting from the cheap seats. I hope you have a wonderful Friday.